Well, hello Flosstube, and welcome to my very first Flosstube and my YouTube channel. My name is Angela and I am from the UK. I live in the south. In fact, I'm very close to Heathrow Airport, just to give you an idea of where I'm from. And I just want to say how lovely it is to have you with me whilst I talk about cross stitch, which I absolutely love. And I have been cross stitching now for around 30 years. Wow, I can't believe it, 30 years, and yeah, like I said, I just love it. So each week I'm gonna bring you a Flosstube video sharing my WIPs, what I've been working on. Some weeks will be more than others, but yeah, can't wait to share that with you. I'd love for you to give this video a thumbs up and for you to tap the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my videos. I will be posting videos on Tuesday to share with you what I've been working on each week. So during this lockdown period, I found a fabulous Facebook group called Enchanted Stitching Challenges, and it is so much fun. They basically are a Facebook group where you can sign up, you get allocated a team. I am in Team Hollywood Studios, and each month there is a Disney film that is picked. This month it is National Treasure, and there are challenges around that Disney video. So there are monthly challenges, weekly challenges, flash challenges, there's year-long challenges. And for me, what I love about it is the fact that it makes me get out loads of different WIPs. Don't get me wrong, gets me started on loads of new ones, but I have just learnt so much. And because I'm doing different projects, I'm really absolutely loving it. In fact, if I don't stitch each day, I'm like, oh, I haven't stitched today. So I do try and find at least an hour a day to do some stitching. And a lot of what I'm doing is based around these challenges. So let's get into it and let's have a look at these WIPs of mine that I've got going on. So guys, the first one that I'm going to show you is probably one of my oldest ones. In fact, I don't even have a colour picture of it. That is how old it is. I've literally just got a chart that I'm working on. So it is Country Companions Have a Break, and hopefully you can see it. You can see probably how sort of old it is. It's sort of got a line down the middle, which I'm hoping will come out in when I wash and iron it. I've never really had any issues with getting marks and things out, like hoop marks or anything like that. So I'm hoping that when it's washed and ironed, it will be fine. But I think there's going to be like a little mouse and then a badger and then the rest of the bench to go with it. So I've been working on that one a little bit, and it's been actually quite nice getting it out after all this time. Back when I was, I don't know, late teens, early 20s, I was really into Country Companions and Forever Friends and Winnie the Pooh and things like that, so I have got some really old WIPs for that. So this is on 18 count Ada, white Ada, stitched 2/1. You'll find a lot of my projects are 18 count. I absolutely love working on 18 count Ada. So that's the first one. The next one is Winnie the Pooh, Around the Year with Pooh. So this is what it looks like. And this is where I'm up to. And again, this is probably similar, about 20 years old. Maybe slightly less. This is what I have done so far. The other day I worked on the grass area, but what I found is obviously my eyesight has deteriorated over the years and I can't see the chart as clearly. So what I'm going to have to do is put the chart into a PDF format and get it on my iPad so that I can mark it off on my iPad. So I think that's one of the things that's sort of holding me back from doing a bit more on this chart. So I will sort that out and so I can do a bit more. So actually it would be quite nice to get that finished. And again, 18 count, 2/1 there. Now the next one is one of my favourite projects, and this is my Jon Bon Jovi project. I absolutely love Bon Jovi. I've loved them since I was about 15, and anytime they've come over to the UK touring, I've made a point of going to all of their concerts. I last saw them last year at Wembley. I think it was last year. Absolutely love the band. So yeah, this is Jon Bon Jovi, and this is by Jan Designs. I don't think this design is actually available on her website anymore, but she's such a lovely lady, and I emailed her not so long ago to ask about more Bon Jovi charts, and she very kindly put another one up for me, so might be worth having a look. And what I'll do in the comments, I will put a link to her website, because like I say, she's such a lovely lady, and I'm sure she'll answer any queries anybody might have. But she's got lots of charts from pets to people on her website. And like I say, just really lovely chart to follow. So this one is actually on 14 count Ada, 2/1. And my goodness, how, oh, let me pull it back a bit. How amazing does that look? You can see I've sort of got the outline of the hair. And I feel like this is almost not far from being finished, because I'm literally picking a colour now, and I'm literally doing all of the stitches for that colour. So I'm working my way through them. And as soon as I've done that, then it'll be finished. So really not far at all, and I just think that it just looks amazing, and I can't wait to get that finished and get it framed. So then my next one, and like I say, some of these pictures have been folded up for a long time. I don't actually remember starting them or when I started them. So a lot of them have got lots of creases in. Like I said, I'm hoping will come out in washing and ironing. Like I said, I've never ever in all my years of stitching had a problem with getting marks out with washing and ironing. But this one has particularly got a lot of marks in. And this is Summer Basket by Ellen Mora Stroh. I don't know if I've said her name right. Again, 18 count 2/1. And again, this one's also nearly finished. So every month with the Enchanted stitching challenges, they always ask for us to watch the Disney movie that they're talking about, and to do some stitching, you can do some stitching while you're watching to get some points for your team. So this is the project I always choose to stitch whilst I'm watching the film. So hopefully, if not this month, it might get finished next month. There's only a little bit to do. There's like a little bit here and some up here, I believe, to finish, and then it's all done. And I just think that is, again, going to look really incredible once it's all washed and ironed. I do love washing and ironing finished cross stitches, because I just feel like it really makes it pop, doesn't it? So my next one is for one of my friends who's having a baby, and she's going to be having a little girl, and these are little girl shoes. I just absolutely love them. I just think they're so adorable. I've literally, I think, just got to finish this shoe with some back stitching and things, and then it's done. So again, I think I might make this a bit of a focus piece so I can get that finished, washed and ironed. And I got that chart from Cross Stitcher issue 189. I'm not sure when that was, probably a little while ago now. And here is, let me just take my sheet out. Here is the pattern in there, and I just think it's so adorable. And I'm also going to be making the blue set of shoes for another friend who's also having a baby towards the end of the year. He's having a little boy, so look out for those. The next is by Viveco. Again, not sure if I've said that right. And this is Wedding Happiness. So this is the design. And again, all really folded. This is how far I've got with it. And let me put it in a bit. Yep, there you go. And again, 18 count 2/1. This is sort of an ivory colour Ada, so that's going to be coming out this week to do some on. We've then got, I've absolutely found during lockdown as well, the gold collection petites, and I just have become a bit obsessed with collecting them. Love Crafts had a bit of a sale on, so I ended up ordering a few of them, so you might see those over some time. But I already had this one in my collection, and I just thought, oh my goodness, I'd completely forgotten about it. And you'll begin to learn with me, I absolutely love Paris and the Eiffel Tower and France and everything to do with it. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I'm going to be stitching that next. So this is Travel Memories, like I say, by the Gold Collection. It's one of the Petites range. And this is where I'm at. So far, I am so loving that I've done some of the Eiffel Tower, and I've done 2 corners as well, so I can kind of see where it's going. One of the things with these kits though, when the material comes in, it's quite stiff, and I really like my material being quite soft. So, but anyway, this is going to look absolutely amazing when it's finished. Talking about Gold Collection, Petites is another one that I started with with the English Stitching Challenges. There was a flash challenge for the National Treasure start of the month, and it was to stitch in the colours of your flag. And obviously the United Kingdom, our flag is, you know, red, white and blue, and this one is Santa's Feathered Friend, and it's literally just got red, white and blue in. So one thing I will say here, I started this yesterday actually, and I absolutely love the design, but it said that these first stitches at the top here where the blue is to be in 4 strands. Well, I've never cross stitched in 4 strands, and I thought, nah, that it'll be too much, and I didn't do it. I did it in 2, and then I looked at it and I thought, no, it needs 4. So I'm now going over it again. I've done a couple of stitches and it looks okay just going over it. So I'm going to do that, and then the rest of, if it says 4, I'm going to do that. So note to self, follow what the chart says. But yeah, so that's that one. And then, about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago maybe, I started watching Teresa Little Stitchers. I'll put a link to her channel below. Her sort of Heaven and Earth or large project mini series, and I absolutely fell in love with her videos. And what she decided to do was pick a Heaven and Earth design to show how to, basically from the very beginning, how to get prepared for it, and then how to stitch it. And the chart she had was this one by Amy Stewart, and it's Life is an Open Book Paris. And as I've just said, I absolutely love anything France or Paris related. So as you can imagine, I absolutely just fell in love with this chart, and I just had to have it. I'll show you a bigger copy. And I just had to have it. So that day, I think I watched her video, I purchased all the threads. I had material already. And for the first time ever, I have serged some fabric. I'll just hold it up like this, otherwise it's too big. That's where I'm up to at the moment. And how she taught it was to park the threads, and I love parking. I'm so in love with this piece. It's literally my favourite piece right now. You can see just here, I've got the start of the Eiffel Tower. Let me just hold up the picture again. See if I can hold the 2 up together. Yeah, so I've got the start of the Eiffel Tower, and it's really just starting to pop now. I absolutely love it. And yeah, so I've serged the material for the first time. I've gridded for the first time. My boyfriend is a fisherman, and he had some fishing line, I guess you call it. He had some fishing line out, and I thought, oh, that's like cotton. But what I found with like cotton is it obviously breaks. Fishing line does not break. You can't put your needle through it. You can pull it out really easily. So as I've been doing a square, I've been pulling on the fishing line, and it's just been brilliant. So I've asked him to get me loads so that I can do all of my gridding with the fishing line. So yeah, go check out Teresa Little Stitchers mini series on how to do a Heaven and Earth. And obviously, for anybody that knows a Heaven and Earth design or goes on the website to buy a design, knows it's like a rabbit hole. You literally go down that rabbit hole and you see loads and loads of charts. So I think now I've probably purchased about 10 charts, and I've got some thread coming for another chart, which I will show you shortly. And I'm really excited to start another one. Again, I'm going to be doing on 18 count 2/1, which is exactly what this one is, 18 count, purely because I've got so much 18 count. I just think I'll use that. But I also have decided I'm going to have 3 Heaven and Earth designs on the go. And the reason is because I just think it saves me getting bored, number one, with doing Heaven and Earth of the same design. And also because I want to try new things with it. So, for example, my next Heaven and Earth that I'm going to be trying, I might be able to get my hands on Pattern Keeper. My boyfriend has got a little Amazon Fire, and I'm trying to get Pattern Keeper on there. So I'm going to try and stitch it in a completely different way to see which way I prefer. Like I say, I absolutely love the parking method that I'm doing with my Life as an Open Book Paris version. But I just wondered if I would like stitching in another way, where I can just see on Pattern Keeper where each of the colours should be and just stitch from there. Whether I make mistakes, I don't know. So I'm going to try that. And then the next one I want to do on 25 count Ada 1/1, and I haven't quite decided yet which pattern I'm going to go for with that. But yeah, really excited to be stitching this. And if you would love for me to do a video on Heaven and Earth design and how I got started and how I do my bobbins and all sorts of things, then let me know in the comments below. And also, guys, I would love for you to check me out on Instagram. Come and let me know what you're stitching, and if you're stitching any of those things that I have shared as well. So let's move on to what I'm going to be stitching on this week. As I say, I'm going to be linking it to the challenges in Enchanted Stitching Challenges for National Treasure Week 1, and also the monthly challenges. So I am going to be starting, so I'm going to be stitching on some of the projects that I have done, that I've just showed you. But I'm also going to be starting a new Heaven and Earth one, as I just mentioned. I'm just waiting literally for the threads to arrive. And the design I have chosen is called Ornament Healing Rose. And it is by Carol Cavaleris. I'm not sure if I've said that right. But that's sharp. How beautiful does that one look? Yeah, absolutely in love with that one. And I'm also going to be starting, because one of the challenges asks for a picture with a boat in, and one of my new designs I bought from Love Crafts, the Gold Collection Petites, was Bayside Cottage. And as you can see, it has a couple of boats in, so that is for that challenge. And then completely separate to any of the Enchanted Stitching challenges, I'm going to be making this design, which I found on Etsy, called Cupcake Charm. Again, I will pop a link in the comments below, and this is just going to be made into a birthday card to give as a gift. So that is all of my WIPs and what I'm going to be working on next week. Oh, just to say, I'm also going to be working on my country companions, like obviously my Heaven and Earth design, Paris, my Santa's feathered friend, my travel memories, my wedding happiness, my Bon Jovi. So lots going on. Like I say, I try to get at least an hour stitching a day, and sometimes I might do an hour on one project, an hour on another project, and just sort of switch it around. I absolutely love switching around. I know for some people they just like sticking to one thing, but for me, I just absolutely love doing different things all the time, really. And my last thing that I purchased, which I'm absolutely in love with, is my little new, I just want to share this with you, my new needle minder. Let me see if I can hold it up. My new needle minder from Chapel View Crafts. I just think it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I'm waiting for a plate of chocolate digestives. It really does help though, just having nice pretty needle minders, I think. Yeah, so definitely going to be purchasing more from her, again from Etsy, and I will link her in my description box below as well. So guys, that's for this week, and I will look forward to seeing you back again next week. Like I say, please make sure you give me a thumbs up and also tap the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any videos. And have a great week stitching. See you all next time. Bye.